someone good who's actually announcing their candidacy, and no one has done that yet. So,
Kamala Harris isn't bad, but I don't think she can do it.
No way.
I don't think she has the
gravitas.
No, she's not have the gravitas.
No, that's why Gavin Newsom needs 4 years as governor before he can really. I mean, that's one reason he's going for governor. I wouldn't want him as president. I'm just saying that's the trajectory he's looking at.
All right, we are live. OTNG, season 2, episode 10. A little bit of political banter here, and the
also
West
known
Coast,
as 2020.
Left coast in the
liberal
house.
Stronghold of the nation.
Proud of it.
We have Ethan, Nils, and Peter. And when we had last left our heroes, there was a descent into a cellar beneath a ruined mansion high on a hill, surrounded by a plague of walking dead.
Goddamn.
Surrounded by Legos?
Walking Dead?
Walking Dead.
Lego Walking Dead.
No, I did not hear Lego. You guys are insane. I'm the one who would hear Lego.
And there was a recovery of some artifacts there in the of a broken marble sphere, and that it was the source of all this disease, plague, and pestilence. And Morgan had summoned an animal companion, a primate, a monkey, which came scampering into the room and scooped up the bits and placed it in a strong.
It was a really cute lemur, ring-tailed lemur,
which you then delivered to one of the temples of the old gods.
Mm-hmm.
Which characters will you guys bring tonight?
Well, I was gonna
like to hear the setting first.
Yes.
And then
yeah. Why don't we hear the setting?
Because my characters have 2 different sets of strengths.
Exactly.
Anything that I missed in the recap or that you want to cover off on? I think
you forgot when we got medals all around.
Medals all. Oh, okay.
Yeah, just like at the end of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I
was thinking more Calvin and Hobbes. Medals all around.
The fate of the Rudolfo that Peter killed, or somebody, or
right. Morgan.
Morgan killed him.
Yeah,
with a blast of supercharged magical energy. The fate of him, he was charred to a crisp, and his men-at-arms bore him out of the cellar and back to the temple. And when you returned the sphere, the broken sphere, there to the temple for safekeeping, his body was laid out for rites and very somber experience and occasion, though these men-at-arms did vouch for your.
It was accidental, right? It was an accidental discharge, like an overload that she experiences.
Right, and he had already been sort of knocked down and incapacitated, I believe.
Yeah.
By the brute in the hallway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, this was sort of like the coup de grace. It was the last that his body could sustain.
But we fulfilled his mission.
But you fulfilled the mission, and that was some redeeming quality, even for what Rudolfo had declared was a heretical believer of the false faith among you.
And Morgan will always have a little bit of Rodolfo inside her.
That's right. She will, whispering
in
her ear.
No, she breathed in some of the ash.
She's got a little bit of his old life essence flowing through her.
We also had Opie and Will returning from their expedition to the shrine in the woods. And there are a few things that we need to catch up with in terms of equipment and material that have been recovered. I want to make sure that you guys have those details noted on your character sheets. And I should probably even keep track of such things myself, though I'm loath to do so. So I will do that. But while as Will and Opie were leaving the shrine and returning, making their way out of the woods and returning back to the crossings, there to the west, you could see a great disturbance, as if a horde were some way off, like a great dust cloud. When you camped for the night on your way back to the crossings, it was a multi-day journey there and back again, you could see the campfires burning in the distance. 30 miles away, perhaps over the plain. The horizon is 60 miles, isn't it? On a clear day, is that right, Peter?
I don't know.
I think it might be. In any case.
That sounds like something Ethan would know.
Yeah,
he's an engineer.
Type up right now.
Use
the internet.
Google.
I think I'm doing.
And
2.9 miles.
2.9 miles. That was much farther.
It's 3.1 miles.
For an observer on the ground with eye level at 5 feet 7 inches, the horizon is at a distance of 2.9 miles.
Huh.
I'm 5'7".
Basically, it curves out of sight at 3.1 miles. So 3.1 miles is the absolute furthest you could possibly see.
Fascinating. I had no idea.
But well, that's as far as it could. Interesting.
But
all right, well, it's some ways away.
But if the Earth were flat,
Yeah.
if the Earth were perfectly flat, you could see hundreds of miles in the distance.
You don't know that this world isn't perfectly flat.
Exactly.
Or a bigger curve than Earth.
Exactly.
Or just on the back of a giant turtle.
Very true.
And that, or on a
Being
ring.
held up by 4 elephants, right?
Oh, don't get me excited. I love that. I love those books.
Sorry, Aaron, go ahead.
That's fine. That's fine. So you can see this great encampment out in the distance in the night, in the darkness. And you can see it moving in a westerly direction as the day waned on in your travels and your journeys. Will you do anything special about this, or will you simply return to crossings?
When you say westerly, do you mean towards the crossing?
It's coming from the west and traveling east.
Okay, so it's going across the horizon. It's not moving towards the crossings.
Let me show you on the.
Speaking of which, does someone want to share out, or you want me to do it?
Oh, sure, anyone could share. That'd be good. We have everyone here, but maybe we have other viewers that would be interested in such things.
There we go.
Cool. Right.
Oh, that's right. The shadow. That was a creepy ass thing.
Let's see here. I'm going to just drop you back here to the
mega map.
The kind of regional map that you've been using. And I'm going to do this way.
I moved us back to the crossings.
Cool.
I know, it's exciting.
You should be able to see a little bit more now.
So what's Ethan painting tonight?
I currently am doing homework, and if I can finish that, I will be painting. Well, I'll either be painting or I'll be gluing stuff together to get it all ready to get primed. I have a large batch of stuff ready to be primed.
Very exciting. Is Nils painting?
Right now, I'm trying to get my headset to work. I got these nifty new Bluetooth headsets, but they worked once or twice, but now they're having problems trying to connect to things. So
I had
software drivers.
Phone too, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Aaron, what you had me go into settings. I can't remember. Was it at settings? Wasn't in roll 20.
There's a settings in Google Hangouts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that was it. I had to do that, and then suddenly it worked.
And then you could set your output, your communication output.
That's right. You could set your input and your output.
Right. And your camera.
Right.
So the horde is way down here to the southwest,
Mm-hmm.
and it's traveling in an easterly direction. Pardon me. It's
Okay.
westerly of you, but traveling easterly.
So it probably will intersect the city.
It seems to be progressing in that direction.
Can we tell at this distance what it appears to be made of? I mean, do we see humans, or do we see massive demons among them?
But you could try to scout it out, I guess.
That was it. With just a few of us, we might actually be able to, or we should be able to outpace any horde.
Well,
we would
I
lose
don't
time.
know. This guy's freaking ride wolves. I think we just need to get back and let the city elders and certainly the military know what we're seeing.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if it's a horde, I'm going to guess we don't have the city soldiers to deal with an invading horde.
No, I don't think so either. So this is Shadow of the Demon Lord. We're all going to die, I have a feeling. That's a lot of question. Do we die heroically or do we die like cowards?
I mean, I'd go with cowards and just run personally. But
Well, at this point, that may be prudent, but by Adventure 11, I say you're diving in. So
with my army to back me up.
I'm curious, Aaron. Did this map come with the session, or did the adventure, or is this something you came up with?
It's not anything that I made. It's part of the book. Part of the Shadow of the Tales of the Demon Lord, which is the campaign that we're
the one I didn't buy.
the one that we're currently playing.
Or I think it's the one you said not to read because it's the adventure.
Right. I may have said that.
Yeah, there was like a bundle we got.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was the rule book, and one was something additional player. I don't remember. I bet I can find it.
Right.
There it is.
So there is going to be. Why don't you show us how you're making your camp this first night that you need to spend in the wild, or will you simply just press for the crossings?
If we can't find a high tree to go up into for multiple reasons, not just safety, but we can see more, I say we press on for the crossings and let them know what we've seen.
Okay.
By the way, and I'm sharing ONTG. It's only sharing that. If I'm reading or going over this stuff, it doesn't share that, does it?
Do you want to read or go over something else? I'd see your web browser's up. There are a few tabs at the top.
No, right now I've got it's the Shadow of the Demon Lord companion up. I'm going over.
Oh, right.
No.
It's sharing your browser is what it's sharing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's not sharing any of your other applications.
Excellent. So I can read a PDF without interrupting the view.
Correct. Let's see. Okay, one of you make a perception check, I believe it is, with one A. perception challenge with 1 bane. I don't mind which of you does it, but 1.
Okay, well, let me go to my character sheet here. I assume taking into account my professions and all is why I don't have more banes.
Correct.
-1. All right. I should still have 2 boons though. Did it roll them?
Looks like
I made it.
And it rolled it with the 1 boon. Oh.
1 bane.
Sorry, 1 bane.
It didn't add the 2 boons because I have a total of 3 plus 3 to the perception.
But it did add the +3.
Oh, it did. Yeah, I see it now.
16
yeah.
Less 1 is a 15. Yep. So the
Nope, there it is. I forgot I can.
Working.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And more important, I made it.
So one thing that you do notice, you do hear in the night as you're traveling, behind you, west of you and southwest of you, you can hear a skirmish, a melee, and then a few hours later, even more, greater commotion and a clash of arms. But you do arrive at the gates of the crossing, dawn, exhausted and weary, collapsing into the arms of your companion. With what treasures do you have to show for your expedition? Do you remember?
If I recall
We have
correctly,
crystals.
yes, 6 crystals conveniently divided between 3 players.
And these crystals seem, well, assuming we know exactly what they do, they seem to give us castings back and improve our damage if we don't roll a 6.
Right. Let me quickly capture those details. I realized I may have been placing an unfair burden on you guys to track some of this special stuff.
There it is. 6 crystals, chaos shards, consume. Roll a d6, 1 through 5. That's how many castings you get back.
Yep. 6 is
plus,
bad.
Plus you get a d6 damage back. If you roll a 6, equals bad stuff.
Yep, that's what I got too.
Okay.
And a toad idol. We got a toad idol.
Equal number of castings at your power level, right?
I'll write
so that's your power level or lower. So if you're like power level 3 and you ate one of these crystals, then you would get 1 to 5 castings at power level 3 or lower, which would then impact your existing castings, right? So it's like a sort of like a mana battery, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
6.
It's one of those you eat this thing in a do or die situation.
Yes, and there's 6 of them.
Yep.
Any particular way you'll parcel them out? What will you do with these crystals?
Well, I thought with 6, that's one per character or 2 per player to do with what they want, because maybe
Will's not going to use them.
Right. So yeah, it makes perfect sense for Margaret to have 2. Plus, who knows? One of us may hand her ours, right?
All right. Good. So I've so duly noted. There is also the scroll, the incantation. What's that last spell that you have as an incantation?
Oh, it was
one was animal
bless?
friendship. The other one was bless.
Something like that, I think.
That sounds right, but I
because we gave it to Gideon because it was on the Theurgy side, but then he actually already had the spell.
Yeah, but then now you have it to cast, and you don't use your slot up.
Yeah,
or one of us can read it if it's a scroll, right?
Anyone can read a scroll.
Excellent.
Yep. Yeah, the magic imbues its capacity to read, even if you are. Is the last item was the clay jar.
Oh yes.
And that was identified as magic. And through the careful study that you have during this downtime between sessions, it whispers words to you. And it It allows you
never
to
good.
communicate, speak other languages, speak and comprehend other languages.
Ooh. What, does this happen to 1 or 2 characters, or all of us, or only while we're using it?
You have to use the jar.
Very good. You have this written down, Ethan?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Very good. The other thing I have written down was he took the toad idol.
I've also noted them too.
Very good.
Toad idol is not magical.
Very good, but it's a toad idol, and I like it. And we had a gem worth 2 gold pieces.
That's right, and it's primitive, the toad idol. All right. So I'm going to set the next scene, and we're just going to jump right into it. I'm not going to have a big bridge. We can use some of the fiction to kind of establish how and why you guys are arriving where you are. But it's many days since your expedition into the cellar. Many days since Will and Opie returned from the shrine. There's an army in the countryside south of the crossings, and there are rumors of it's a New God's army.
Oh, good.
A New God's army on the march, but to where there is much commotion. And those skirmishes that you had observed in the night, that evening you fled from the shrine, were their outriders riding down the black, the ebony men, and the skin changers.
Well, that's always good.
Oh, well, I mean, if they're killing those guys.
And a sense of normalcy is kind of returning to the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense of
there's no ebony men or skin thieves.
In the sense of a 30 years war equivalent army marching across the landscape.
Sad when that's normal.
It has not yet quite swung north, though outriders have been seen in the distance, scouting the city.
Mm-hmm.
The guard and the militia. The militia won't take the field. I mean, they're a few hundred, if that.
They like to have a wall between them and an enemy, and who can blame them?
Right. And there's a lot of gnashing of teeth here in crossings about that. There's the 3 of you, and we're not quite sure who that's going to be yet. Find yourself on the road, traveling to a small village east of the crossings. It's the afternoon, and you can see the village down the road, and you're passing on your left as you walk this dusty road, a large field that's sunken perhaps 3 inches into the earth itself. A perfect circle of this 3-inch depression in the earth. Nothing grows in this field. It's barren and gray. Who are you traveling with? And what errand have you been sent on to this little town we'll call Crucible? Ethan. Will you answer my question?
Or will you lose a fortune point?
Oh, I know. This is even better. Ethan, which companion are you traveling with? It cannot be one of your own.
Okay.
And tell me what errand you've been set upon.
Oh, I like this.
Okay. All right. I am traveling with Opie.
With Opie, all right.
All right.
And we've been sent to investigate. There are rumors of something strange. Overnight, this depression in this field suddenly came to be, and the farmer or one of the local farmers tried to, investigate what was going on, because this happened right in the middle of his field of crops.
Okay.
And suddenly, a tenth of his crops just were gone. So he was very confused. So he went to investigate and to look at this, and no one then heard from him again. And so his wife sent their sons to crossings to call upon the guild to investigate where this farmer went.
Ah, right. And this farmer was Farmer Phelan, and he set out from the crossings, with the deed to new lands here on the outskirts of Crucible, and thought to take advantage of changing times. Lands often held and possessed by families for generations upon generations.
Mm-hmm.
And the people of, you hear tale that the sons bring back that the people of Crucible didn't exactly welcome you, but weren't exactly overtly hostile. And Farmer Phelan and his family had began laying out their plots, planting their crops for the coming spring. And it was some fortnight ago when this depression appeared, and Phelan went missing. Opie, who are you traveling with, and why don't you want to be here?
Well, I'd say I'm traveling with Will, but then that leaves Nils out of the whole loop, getting to pick who he wants. And
I'll just pick one of my own characters then.
That's my point. I'm trying to figure out why I don't want to be here, besides the fact there's no wall between me and the enemy. And I don't trust that the skin thieves are all gone.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So you're feeling exposed?
Yeah, I'm feeling a little safer in the city.
Okay.
God, why else wouldn't I want to be out here? Well, and there's a freaking army moving across here, and I don't want to be conscripted, killed, or whatever they're going to do.
And there's a weird hole in the ground.
Yeah,
Well,
that'd be hard enough to.
I think it sounds like Opie knows that when an army's on the march,
no one's safe.
No one's safe.
Mm-hmm.
The enemy nor the populace.
Yeah, there's the army and there's everyone else. And on top of it, there's a ley line right underneath this thing.
Ooh, very true.
We all know that. And we know that all of Peter's characters are afraid of holes.
No, I'm not afraid enough is a problem. And I was reading. There was a description of players going through the Tomb of Horrors, Aaron, because I was reading through the collection.
Oh yeah.
And the thief stuck his arm in a hole, so he did. He became the one-armed thief. I'm like, oh my god, I can relate. He needed a better cleric. That's all.
One-armed cleric.
Yeah, good thing I rolled a 19. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a ley line running into this thing, and we got boobies out here because he's clever that way.
Well, I think we'll come to Nils and his character in a moment. I just have to think of what the right question is.
Excellent.
Oh, I know. Nils, which of your characters knows the Phelan family, and why?
And the Phelans are the farmers that we're visiting?
Yes, Farmer Phelan and his family, who have gone out to the hinterlands of the Crucible to make their fortune or to stake their claim on some lands that have been, shall we say, perhaps
vacated.
Vacated. That might be the right word.
Listen, people have died by the thousands, and pilgrims, a lot of open real estate.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The skin changers broke up in a whole new market.
They did.
The skin thieves. Pardon.
Skin thieves. Well, that was bad enough, but now there's an army out here, and that's going to vacate things too.
We got a real market downturn right now.
So I'm supposed to pick one of my own characters or one of okay, because it sounded like Ethan hasn't had a character picked yet, right?
No, I'm going ahead and pick Will, so you're going to have to decide which of your characters.
Oh, okay. All right. So Phelan.
That's true. I think we asked Opie why he didn't want to be. Oh no, I did ask you who you were traveling with.
Right, and I answered the second question first, and hadn't answered the first one. I was thinking about it.
Oh, I see.
I said I should choose Will, but then Nils gets to pick his own character, and that's when you said, "Well, we can kind of come back to that."
Yeah,
and it makes sense that Will and Opie make a good team in this kind of thing.
Okay, so it's Will. You're traveling with Will then. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Okay. All right. So, Boobies is going because if you remember, he has been getting interested in his self actualization as a clockwork, and Farmer Phelan is actually one of the human supporters of the heretic cog god that Boobies is starting to follow, and he's been sent on a secret mission from him to bring back to the city to further their worship of this
the cog,
the cog god.
Great cog.
Yeah.
The big cog.
They're all cogs in the machine of the great cog.
The hex nut, because it doesn't matter which side you put it on, it will always work.
Yeah.
I can't remember what movie it was where the robots play poker and they use hex nuts because those seem infinitely invaluable to them because it doesn't matter which way you put them on.
Except it does actually matter.
Well, they were just robots.
Okay. So Opie, Will, and 808 are traveling down the dusty road towards Crucible, and they pass the lands that were bequeathed to the Phelan family. And yes, you do see the great circular field that's been stamped down 3 inches into the earth, and it's exactly as the boys described. What will you do?
Not to derail things, but were we supposed to upgrade to 4th level?
Yes. You all should be 4th level now. If you haven't already done that, we can take a brief pause to do that for your 3.
Let's make sure I'm not.
Because we were 3rd at the end of the last one.
Yes, I am 4th level. I am 4th level.
I am 4th level. I am determined.
Yeah.
I'm determined, and it may look like magic, but I guarantee my arrow flying at the last minute is just my sheer willpower.
That's right. The accurate bow shot and precise thrust from Will. And then for Opie, what new traits can we expect from Opie?
What did he add? Where is that?
I'm trying to remember.
I didn't add a spell. No, I did. I added a spell. I added a rank 0.
Right. Okay, you're right. We did. I forgot about that because
you just didn't mark it as a 4.
Well, I just didn't remember doing all that at the end of the last session because I thought we just kind of ended abruptly and left. So
we did, though. You may have done it. We may have done it in the background.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. I've got my new spells too. So, magic wrench that I can. That's basically a throwing weapon and a sparking shield that.
Oh, that zaps people back.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Sorry.
Because we both got shields, because I got rune shield.
Yep.
Yep. So I think Will is the only one without magic currently. Because he is.
Well, he's got a kind of personality magic.
Yeah,
and like you said, it seems like magic the way he shoots an arrow.
It really does. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, if you guys are all upgraded there, then we can
yep.
keep moving. You're here on the road, passing the field on your way to crossings. What will you do?
Should we stop and look at this? Is the depressed field that
that the boys spoke of? Yes.
Right. Why don't we investigate it?
Yeah, no. I wonder if are there any others or anywhere near it?
You can see, there's like a copse of trees, and you can see beyond them, the small farmstead off in the distance. It's maybe a mile from the road. Smoke drifting from the chimney.
So it's not like a depression is actually one of many footprints or something. It's just one big depression.
Oh, right. Yes, you don't. It's not.
There's not a trail of them or anything.
No. And it's. You can see that there was some plowing that had been started in this area, in a standard sort of like field sort of shape, square or rectangular, with, true angles. And then pretty much dead in the center of this plowed area is this huge circular depression. And it's probably, it's over 30 feet in diameter. So it's pretty big.
When you say depression, since the field's been freshly plowed, you should be able to tell, does it look like something stomped on this and pressed everything down 3 inches? Or does it look like the ground in that circular area dropped 3 inches? Like the ground under it dropped, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It doesn't, the edges on the edge of the depression itself, they're sharp. They're not crumbly. It's not like something sunk beneath the area.
Okay,
it's
so
like everything's been compressed.
Like something big stepped here or landed here, some big cylinder was pressed here in the ground for a moment.
And you can see this. You can see the the new growth from the field, sort of the sprouting sort of coming up, but nothing grows inside that depression.
And this is where the crops were, so they're completely gone now.
Yeah. So here, I'll draw a sketch. I'm having a hard time using my words. Use your words.
No, I get it. I don't think we want to step out onto that circle. I'm just guessing.
No, I don't think we do.
Though our clockwork friend might be all right.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering about.
Here. All right, that looks good. You guys can probably see what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm. I see a rectangle with an X.
Okay, so that's sort of the field area, and the X is kind of where you guys are, sort of meandering your way, sort of from west to east.
Mm-hmm.
Like those directions of travel, it must be like reading a book. And it's hold for a circle. And here in the, is the big.
The Big Fig Newton.
It's the big depression, and inside the circle, inside that circle in the field itself, is there's this 3-inch depression with sharp edges, and it's the earth within that circle is completely
compacted.
compacted.
I think we need light.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, if I move it around, I can see a circle.
Sorry.
What, I'm helping. Sounds like I missed something good with early in the call.
How's that?
You could hear Morgan or Will. You could hear him, and it sounded like maybe he didn't know you could hear him.
Morgan Orwell.
Hmm.
And it says, "I hear you," and he wrote, "Laugh out loud." Okay.
Oh, there actually might have been somebody watching the stream.
I see. I am not liking this depression in the ground. I think we should tell the family to move somewhere else. They'll be much happier. And the farmer went out there. We don't see his dead body laying out there or anything, right?
You don't see any bodies or any sign of like a melee or anything out there.
That's okay.
Could it be a gate?
There. Oh.
Ooh, excellent. And it's in red. That means it's dangerous.
Yes, dangerous. Warning.
Danger, Will Robinson.
If you want to do anything here at the field or travel on to Crucible or possibly go to the hamlet, sorry, the farmstead, or go back to Crossings or do something else?
Part of me wants to step into the circle, but that can't be good.
Are there any sticks around we can poke into the circle with?
Sure, there's some sticks around.
808 will do that too.
Okay. The ground inside the circle is hard, and it's gray, and you can't even scratch at it or turn it over. It's like almost like a baked clay.
Right. Okay.
Perfectly smooth.
It's like it's ceramic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gentlemen, any ideas? My next thought is the homestead. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you're heading for the homestead. So it's about a mile sort of off-road, through some farmers' fields and, rough ground, but it's not difficult travel to get there. And in the distance, you can see you can see figures moving about doing farmer stuff. What will you do?
Well, why don't you guys? Well, actually, being that he is a contact, allegedly, I will 808 will approach and who is out there? Is there? I'll be looking for kind of like the older.
Yeah, you can see there's clearly a woman at the linen line, and two boys trying to corral some livestock.
Right.
And they see you kind of break the tree line and come out, come trudging towards the farmstead and call out, "Hail, clockwork, mighty machine, help us move this beam." And they point to like the big beam for some sort of building, like some sort of barn or something, some barn raising.
So I'll walk over and help them.
Okay. What's your strength?
Not that great. I don't think it is a 10.
10.
So
average strength. You're just big.
Yeah.
And so if you want Will to come over, he's a strength of 12. It's not much better, but.
And how does that work? Oh yeah, you guys get a +2, I guess, with your challenges. And they've got this big complicated project, you know, to sort of lean these two walls and set this giant beam across, you know, that's like the primary joist of some sort of structure they're trying to build. And, you know, they're so pleased and excited to have some help. And you can see obviously the boy's mother sort of fretting in the background around the house.
Mm-hmm.
The boys are, you know, in their late teens. You know, men in their own right. Young men in their own right. What will you do?
Well, I will continue to help them.
Okay.
Basically trying to prove my worth and since I'm supposed to be, we're both there to investigate the problem, but also I'm there for my own purposes.
Sure.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And how will you help them? Just by nodding approvingly and giving them general direction, or?
Well, it sounded like they needed help with like raising the walls or whatever they're doing.
So I think what I'm asking for is, are you going to do anything special to help them, mechanically inclined or otherwise, or will you just put
Opie's going to lend a strong back.
Mm-hmm. So Opie's willing to lend a strong back. Okay.
Yeah, I can swing a hammer. I can lift stuff up. I'll help you out.
Okay. So is there? Not sure exactly what they're trying to do, but is there something with my artificer bag of tricks that I can put together to help them with their efforts?
Sure. So they've got this big beam, and they've got 2 supporting walls that they need to raise, and they need to get that big beam up on top of the supporting walls. And from there, then they'll be able to kind of continue the construction.
Right. So I'll and if they've got extra, so I'm going to try to put together some sort of pulley system to help them get the beam up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Since just lifting it would be difficult.
That's what I was going to say. Use some rope. I mean, if you wanted, they could get the beam up, just push it up slightly onto one side, and then attach rope to the other side and use the other side as a lever to get it up onto the wall on the other side.
Sure. Right. So that sounds like there's quite a bit of conferring going on and that you guys are willing to help. Why don't you go ahead and make a strength challenge with 2 goons from your friends.
Who?
808.
Okay.
So you should be able, from the character sheet, you should be able to click the...
Right, I'm just trying to get back to the right window.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
You guys get it set and established, and you know, the boys are so happy, and you know, one of them disappears inside, you know, calling for the mother, bring drink, bring ale, and the other one says, wait here, I have
bring motor oil.
And he disappears into you know, a wagon, you know, which is kind of probably like the homesteading wagon that they brought all their possessions out with, and comes back with the bag, and he hands it for you, and he says, my father, he sent this for you. He said that you'd be arriving shortly to collect it. You've come, we're so glad you're here. And the mother comes out, and she's pretty much beside herself. almost with joy, but also clearly with sadness. You know, it's been weeks since any sign of her husband, and her grief-stricken face is plain.
Mm-hmm.
So, was there sound or light or anything that accompanied this thing appearing, or did you just wake up in the morning and there it was?
Well, the tale they tell is you know, a fortnight ago at the last full moon, there was a great clap of thunder, a peal of thunder, you know, like and Phelan the had gone out to check on the livestock and never returned. And in the morning, when the boys went out looking for him, they found this great depression in one of the fields, and then they had run off and then had spent a few days trying to find their father, but could find no trace of him. And you know, and that's when they had gone off to crossings to see if maybe he had been there or anybody had seen sight of him, and then that's what sent you on your errand to this
place. So he went out to investigate and just never came back, and he just went to investigate that depression, and
he didn't actually go to check the depression. He just went to check the livestock, you know, to make sure none of them had broken their corrals or any of that kind of stuff.
Because of the big noise.
Well, why don't we check the livestock out?
Yeah, their livestock, you know, there's, you know, half a dozen sheep, a cow, and, you know, big ox to pull the wagon.
Get a horse and cow and raise sheep and cow and raise horses. With a sheep and a cow. With horses and horses.
So is the path to the livestock like in the same general direction as the hole, or?
No, it is not.
Okay.
It's on the other side of the homestead.
Are there any livestock missing?
No, there are not.
Crap.
Are there any kind of trails or drag marks or blood marks or torn up earth in the area that he would have gone to?
No.
Ransom notes.
You do spend, you know, much of the morning searching around the farmstead for the, you know, such
clues,
a disturbance, right? A trail. You have accomplished trackers with you, and you know there's nothing like that.
Do the wife and sons, have they noticed any sort of strange light coming from the circle in the night?
Okay. No, it does. It's very
dead. Everybody is dead.
Why don't we take something living and throw it into the circle?
Like one of the kids?
There you go.
No, like a plant.
The boys are like, well, we've walked through it many times. You know, it's not affected us in any way. And now the mother's just become distraught, you know, and it's just like sobbing. Is this why you'd come here, just to ask us questions? We thought that you were more than this 808. She refuses to use your pejorative name. And then she says, and we even gave you gifts, salutations to your greatness. And this is how you repay us with silly questions.
We're trying to find your husband.
She's just a mess, right?
Oh, okay.
She's just an emotional mess.
Did we look in the bag?
No.
It's a cat.
But is it alive or is it dead?
It's both until you look in the bag. Don't look in the bag.
It's heavy. That's what the bag is. What will you do, gentlemen?
I think we should go investigate the circle more closely.
Okay.
I think we should look in the bag.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point. But Nils has the bag. Do you want to look in the bag, Nils?
What's in the bag? I don't want to know what's in the bag.
What's in the box? What's in
there's
the
one
box?
extra spare part in the bag.
Oh, nice.
So I think your pool of spare parts is now 7. Is that right?
It's twice my party level, so it would be 8 now.
It's twice your legal limit.
Twice your health.
Twice the level of the party.
Ah, so now it's just you have +1 part on top of that.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. All right.
True follower of the clock guide, clearly.
Okay, so you guys head back to the circle. It's late afternoon, and what do you want to do? You have arrived back at the circle.
So, Will being
you're the tracker. I don't think I'm as good a tracker as you are.
So Will being a ranger and having his natural lore talent, does this soil and dirt that's in this hole look like it's from this area?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, you can see the edges of the circle are the same kind of dirt. It's just that the base of the circle is like this fused, hard packed gray soil that can't be scratched or turned over. It's very like clay-like or porcelain-like.
And this is just the walls, or this is the floor of it as well?
The floor of it, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to suggest we get some shovels.
Some tools? Okay, sure. You fetch some tools back from the farmstead, and are you going to set to work to try to excavate that space?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
And you swing the pick, and it just bounces off the surface there. Shovels can't bite. You can sort of excavate around the edges, turn up the dirt.
Yeah.
And now the edge of where it is, you've sort of dug that away, and you can see this. You could sort of dig down around it, and you could just see the cylinder just goes. How far do you want to dig? It's at least six inches, after you've kind of excavated off the side and dug down a bit.
I'm wondering if this is some sort of weird tower of some sort that's underground.
Like something's actually been impacted into the ground, and then we're just seeing the very butt of it?
Yeah.
Let's start digging.
Okay, so you spend about an hour kind of digging out around, right, just one side or all around, or what's the plan of the excavation, just so we have some?
Well, I think we should start one area and kind of work it in, but we're going to have to keep broadening out to each side as we go. Yeah.
Okay, so sort of like kind of working your way around.
Yeah, I'd say basically, here, let me draw.
Yeah.
2 weeks later.
Yeah, I figure we'll start digging here, and then it's going to spread out more to each side, obviously, but we're going to focus like that.
Okay, sure. And you probably dig down, you maybe spend an hour digging that large area, and maybe dig down 3 feet at the shallowest and 5 feet at the deepest, and there's no end in sight of this cylinder in the earth.
Okay.
Should we dig around, see if we can find anything along the outer edge? But I don't think it's going to matter. And where the hell did I put my rule book? I have the rule book here. I mean the one online, so I can just cut and paste things out of the goddamn thing.
Yeah.
But I think it would probably be a good idea to go all the way around, just make sure we don't miss anything obvious, but I don't think we're going to find anything.
I agree with you.
Okay. Okay. So I think what I heard you say was you're going to spend some more time digging around the edges, but feels like this is like a 30-foot diameter, so it's 60 feet across, and it's round. So I don't know what the radius. I mean, what the
circumference?
Yeah.
It's
math. I have math.
You said it's a diameter of 60.
A 30.
Diameter of 30. Okay.
Sorry, radius of 30. That from the center out.
Then we're looking at we're covering a total of about 190 feet.
Around.
Yep.
So, yeah, you spend some time digging and, excavating around, and you even decide to like shovel off the edges to see if you can find some sort of variation or difference in this what you're now describing as this plate in the earth.
Yeah.
There are none.
Okay.
And now it's late in the day. The boys are exhausted from the hard labor that you put them to.
Well, I didn't realize they were helping, but that's nice. It's nice of them to
they're
help.
sort of dragging themselves back to the farms instead. They're sort of shaking their heads and muttering to themselves.
I'm going to suggest we actually camp within like visual distance of this place.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Just because I'm curious if something's going to happen at night.
Okay.
Now, we didn't find any variation in the top. Like there's no seams, no stone. It's just like hard.
No seams, no stone. It's, like as if there were a wooden dowel, a porcelain dowel plunged into the earth.
And this is just the top of it.
And it's just the top surface of it, yeah. All right, so you make camp nearby within 10 feet, 50 feet.
Let's say 20 feet, so we can be like on the edge of the field there and see it, but not just be right next to it as some tentacled thing comes slithering out.
20 feet's pretty close. It's not even quite 10 yards. Maybe we should use yards as a measure.
Gotcha. Well, my thought is somewhere right about. Oops, I gotta change tools again. Sorry. God, what happened to my screen? Oh, there it is. Right about there.
Okay, so kind of at the edge of the field.
Flat, right? So.
What was that?
I said this place is pretty flat, so visually it probably isn't a big issue.
It's not. Right. We'll just say that's 20 yards away.
Okay.
And we can't be surprised anyway, as long as one of us is.
Oh, that's right.
Edge of the prepared field, and you'd all decide to make camp, and you're sort of bustling your way around the campsite, and making yourselves comfortable for the evening, and preparing a campfire and whatever meals or sustenance that you'll enjoy. And the sun sets and darkness settles in. Will you do anything special as you prepare? Will you prepare a watch? Will you?
We're definitely gonna have a watch.
Yeah, and 808 doesn't even need to sleep.
Oh, he just needs to rest, right?
Yeah. It'd be wild. He needs to have the key in his foot wound.
The bottom of his foot.
Mm-hmm.
Here, wind my foot. Wind your own damn foot.
That's the point. He can't.
Oh, I see.
Right? Clockwork cannot wind their own
bits. Okay, so is 808 gonna sort of stay up and keep watch throughout the night?
Yeah.
And Will and I will take turns being awake too, since as long as one of us is awake, we can't be surprised.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, gosh, probably coming on the witching hour, coming on midnight, there's this great the moon rises over the horizon, big and full. And as it starts to break the horizon and rise into its majesty, there's this huge peal of thunder, a deafening thunderclap. And as there is, you can see a figure off over here. God damn it.
Well, I think we're probably all awake.
Yeah, you start awake and you're like clapping your hands to your ears, and you see this figure kind of on the far side of the depression in the field. And
human sized?
It's, yeah, I mean it's hard to say, because the other thing that happens, like at this same point, as you see this this figure, this shape dash towards the farmstead, is this huge tower comes into like this translucent existence.
I was half right.
And that's kind of right. And this huge tower, and it bears a striking resemblance to the spires scattered around the crossings. This kind of milky white stone that soars 120 feet in the sky, that ends in this very tapered point. And you can see like an archway in the face of the tower that you're kind of now looking at directly from your camp.
And brought Morgan. All right.
Cut out for a
second.
The
archway is like here. It's dark and black and shadowy. And at that point, you hear a scream from the farmstead. Ah!
Guess we better go help.
Say, Will blitz his way over towards the farmstead.
Okay. As you guys kind of move, all right, let's have some initiative markers.
Aha.
We're screwed now.
Level 7 wizard suddenly shows up. Ah, crap.
Let's see, we have Will and Opie, correct?
Will, Opie, and Boobs.
Alrighty. Should be able to move those things. You can place them on your fast or slow turns, and bounding across the fields back almost directly towards you is this large creature with something thrown over his shoulder. Its shoulder.
I have a feeling it's the farmer's wife or one of his sons.
Mm-hmm.
We better get this thing.
Was the screaming we heard female or male?
Or human?
It was a scream.
Okay.
So we want to intercept this thing. What do you think?
I completely agree.
Yep.
Okay. So what you guys go fast or slow? This thing is going slow.
Well, if it's going slow, I'll go slow just to have the extra time.
And the extra action.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then place me on slow. So I'm trying to, I realize I have nothing written for my forward observer. I have no description. So I'm trying to find it so I can cut and paste it.
Oh, gotcha. about what it does. Right.
Right.
Oh, I see. And looks like
I'm just trying to remember how I got it.
And being 808's normal modus operandi, he's going to run in and not, and
not think.
not think.
Charge.
Okay, with one action, you could get half the distance to where this thing is almost like kind of charging towards you guys also.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
I'm charging and bow ready to shoot this thing in the eye if I can, but it's carrying someone, so I want to be very careful.
Okay, you want to be careful about it. Then you can take a bane to your shot and go ahead and take your shot as you kind of run, halfway up, besides 808 and draw your bow and carefully take aim and loose.
Yeah, I don't even run up. I just spend one action aiming and the other action shooting.
Okay. You guys can make your attacks.
Ah!
That looks like a miss. Good thing you took careful aim, because if you hadn't,
I would have hit what he was carrying.
Whatever he was carrying.
So you said one bane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was even with I still had 2 boons on top of it. Didn't help me.
Ooh.
Did you hit?
I rolled a nat 20, my friend.
Nice.
29.
Right in the eye.
Okay.
Is there any
Yep. I get D6 extra damage. So 10 points total.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, page 70.
Okay, and it's as sort of it's running towards you guys, and the bows fire at it, and it sort of veers off. And uses 2 of its actions to kind of keep running. It's trying to get around you and get to the tower.
We're intercepting him, and I think we have to get into the tower before he does, is my guess.
You could use 2 moves to intercept him, or you could continue to sort of try to put yourself between it and the tower. And now you can see it that it's, is it a man? Maybe. But there's a big horse's head, and you can see horse limbs and hooves as it sort of clasps this figure. What you see is the farmer's wife, and Will makes out a trail of blood, being left in the wake of this flying beast.
And I'm taking it that even the 10 points of damage didn't even seem to slow it, did it?
It's, there's an arrow sticking out of its shoulder, but it's like this wild-eyed, half man, half stallion.
And just to clarify, the horse's head and the hooves are the head and hooves, feet of the first thing that's running, right?
It's running on man's legs, actually, and
but
from
it's
about
like
the top of its from about the top of its chest up becomes like this horse neck.
Okay,
it's a reverse centaur.
A reverse centaur, yes, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a Tarson.
All right, well, you guys go fast or slow?
If I go slow, I get 2 runs in, right?
That's true, and you could intercept it. You could come to melee with 2 moves at it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it'd be worth doing 2 moves to try and like tackle it or intercept it.
Yeah, either get into that tower before it or kill it before it can get in there. But yeah.
So do we want to do basically something where at least one person goes to intercept him and then the other 2 just make a break for like the tower door or entrance?
I think all three are intercepting it because 808 is already ahead of us, just charging at it because he doesn't think about this stuff.
Right.
All right. Will strategically make his way towards the entrance.
Okay, you're gonna break off from your companions and head towards the entrance of the tower, kind of guarding that area.
Yep.
And I'm gonna back up 808 so he doesn't take this thing on alone.
Okay. All right, and go ahead and take your actions. Show us what you will do. Opie and 808.
Well, 808, I'm right behind you because you just charged out there as I was firing, so you're actually ahead of me. So I'm following directly behind you. What do you do?
I'm going to basically just try to catch up to him.
Charge in and attack him?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, you can do that. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
No.
I missed. Those purple dice, the bane of your existence. Opie, what will you do? You could use your 2 actions to charge into melee too.
I'm doing that. I'm going to do that. I want to make sure. Excellent. All right, I just on a character sheet thing next to the weapon, there's boons and banes. I just added a boon because I can add a boon every round. So I'm going to. So I might as well have it in the. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or is that cheating?
No.
To not say it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You can program your character sheet with some of your inherent stuff.
Okay,
I think if you had 2 attacks in a round, for example, only one of them would get that.
Right, good
point.
I think
it's a little arrow button that you can click up and down, if I remember right, on the character sheet.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, that is it. Okay, so I'm coming in with my saber, and I'm trying to. I hate to sound cliche, but I'm trying to get behind it. And I'm trying to, because I figure 808 is its bigger challenge, and I'm just trying to hamstring it or anything that's going to stop it from moving.
Slow it down.
Yeah, because this thing's. I'm an average sized human, so I figure this thing's probably a little bigger than I am if it's got half a horse sticking out of it at least.
Right, and that's right. If you beat the defense by 5, you get to take another turn. Right?
Yeah, I think it's if I roll a 20 and beat it by 5, but yeah.
Oh, trickery option, once per round, +1 boon and +1 d6 damage. So that's
an addition. Yeah.
So let's see if you hit.
Yeah.
It should throw all that stuff to the chat if we programmed your character sheet correctly.
Yeah, I got a 13. So you said I needed a 15?
You need a 15. Yeah.
Yeah, I just miss. Let's see.
You want to spend a fortune point and convert that 1 to a 6? That'll give you a hit.
You know what? I'm going to do that.
So you do 7 points of damage plus a d6 more.
Oh, I forgot that extra d6. Yeah, that's right.
And that's from using your trickery, right? So it looks like a total of 12.
Yeah, let's double check. The skill is called Trickery. Once per round, you make an attack or challenge with +1 boon, and the attack gets +1 d6 damage. Yeah.
And if you see the chat window, it threw that detail to the attack roll.
It did. Excellent. We got it right.
The way we had programmed the character sheet.
So I did a total of 12 points.
12 points. Right. It's badly hurt. You cut that. You did get behind it, and you did, slash at the back of the knee, and it's kind of crumpled, and it drops the burden that it was carrying on its shoulder, and in the moonlight you see it rolls over, and it's the Mother Phelan with her throat torn out by
God damn it!
A great bite.
I am so tired of these monsters eating our people.
This thing turns and it snaps at you, Opie. Let's see if this works.
Bring it. Bring it, Bojack. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that.
Stop it. It looks like it hit for 10 points of damage.
That's not good. Can I just mention I don't like that?
Yeah. You know, and it just chomps it like it's just this big horse bite, you know.
Arr! I always hated horses.
All right. New round. Will you guys go fast or slow?
I'm going to go fast.
Fighting for its life.
I'm going to go fast.
Let's see. I will still go slow.
Yeah, because then you can take an aimed shot.
Uh-huh.
Even while we're fighting?
Probably with his like feet or trait or whatever it is.
Yeah, we need to add balance out any banes with boons you have and see if you could do that.
Yeah.
Figure it out. All right.
We're heroes.
The fast movers can go. That's 808 and
Opie.
Is Opie fast or slow?
I'm going fast. Sorry, I've got to go clear some of my screen so I can actually see what I'm doing here.
And
there's
Bill,
Opie.
You're going slow, correct?
Yep, I'm going slow.
Gotcha. Got it all figured out over here. All right, 808, Opie. A hit. That
that's your done,
20,
sir.
That's your 20 plus, and you did beat the defense by 5, so you get to do something more. But a 9 is enough for a killing blow. Show us what happens.
Well, he's finally able to. He's still just using a club, and so he's able to wind up his arm and kind of cock it back and let go with a spring loaded, and it just kind of like
wham
down on top of his head and just caves it in.
It does, and you know he flies back and gets thrown out onto the field. You know, a tangle of limbs, and breathes the shuddering last breath like a horse. All right.
And he did an extra 5 points. There you go.
That's the extra damage. Cool. If you want to take a look at Peter's character sheet, you can see some of the detail about how it's can be programmed up.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever you want to do to track that yourself is fine too, Nils.
Yeah, it's really handy.
Mm-hmm.
I bet we could talk Mike into designing one for your game. He likes doing stuff like that.
Which game?
Nils' Saturday game.
Oh, we have one though.
Well, we're just using the old character sheets, but if you wanted new ones.
Oh. Mike could probably figure it out. I can't.
That's it, because Aaron's too busy and I can't do it. Okay, I'm patching up my arm and I'm not happy about this.
The two boys come, running into the field. They take one look at the tower and they quake in fear and they just run. They're gone.
Damn.
They didn't even see their mother lying in the dirt.
Good.
Probably better.
Probably.
I'd say we should bury her, but I don't think we have time. I think we need to get into this thing quick before it disappears.
Yeah.
Also agree.
Or it buries itself in the ground.
Okay. So you guys want to enter the tower?
We don't want to. I think we have to. and look at this. It's on the same ley line as the other one. I told you guys there's a reason it's called crossings. It has nothing to do with the roads or the river.
Oh,
absolutely nothing.
You say the other one. What other one?
This is the big stamp mark we found. It's on a ley line.
Here we go. You guys on a new map, which you should be able to see.
Map on the map.
But but I see blackness.
I see blackness. Darkness.
I see a red door, and I want to paint it black.
And I see a token.
No colors anymore. I want them to be black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes.
You guys see nothing, correct?
I see nothing.
Just blackness.
Okay, working.
Like my soul.
I was going to make that joke, but...
Yeah, but you're a sweet, innocent kid, whereas I'm a messed up old man, so it actually has some gravitas.
It's actually true for Peter.
It's like my favorite line from Conan when they come into the town and the woman comes forward. A charm to protect you from the evil? I am evil.
I don't remember that. That's great.
It's the archer. Sabotage, thief, archer.
All right, let's see what's going on here. Why can't you guys see? This is some bullshit.
I saw the yellow circle.
We see.
Let's see. Maybe it's this.
I have a huge piece of parchment to paint. Looks like it's supposed to be a map. It's got a compass sitting on it, an inkwell, and a pen, some kind of book, which I guess would be a journal,
From the,
compass, terrain crate. I think it should be a map. The question is, should I bother painting it like a map from something like
paint it? Can see.
A Lord of the Rings map? Ooh, I do see something. Wait, let me zoom in. Wait, I just lost it.
Aha.
And I found it.
Okay, so it's the interior of the tower. The floors and the ceiling and the walls are all that same milky white stone. And it's has about a 10-yard radius, about a 30-foot radius here in the interior of the tower. Ceiling's about 9 feet high. And there's a blue light emanating from the hole near the top of the tower, the interior of the tower. And there's a fragile looking staircase made out of the same stone. It kind of floats up into the middle of the room, suspended by nothing, leading to the portal.
This is getting weirder and weirder.
Leading to this blue hole, this shining blue hole in the near the top of the tower chamber.
I think we should go up the stairs.
Okay.
Where do the stairs go? They go up.
Okay, so you make it to the top of the stairs. The first of you, perhaps Opie in the lead, the others trailing behind. The stairs are quite sturdy, even though they look very flimsy.
Well, they can hold the horse guy.
From your vantage or perspective. And in front of you is this kind of irregularly shaped hole in the wall. And it's like this complete, it's like almost like mirror-like. You can't see your reflection, but it's like a deep kind of cobalt blue.
I think it's a gate. I told you, I think it's a gate.
How big is it?
It's 10 feet across, irregularly.
Okay, so like
big.
Like gate size, not stick your arm in the hole and get it cut off size.
Yeah, not like which.
Spock, McCoy, can you hear me?
What?
Opie's gonna reach out and see if he can touch the blue.
With his palm.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of passes through the blue. There's kind of a tingling sensation. It's cool, but there's no snip or snap. There's no.
I look back at him and nod, and I'm gonna step through.
Okay, stepping through. You guys following?
Unfortunately.
Hell no.
We'll follow is in 808. I don't know about this.
So is there anything else in that's visible in the tower? Just these stairs in this hole?
Just as I described, sort of.
Okay. Yeah.
Chamber.
All right.
Good.
Well, I'll step through.
It's your enthusiasm I appreciate most.
Mm-hmm.
It's your faith in us. I take that to heart.
So you step out of the portal, or the three of you. First, it's Opie that comes through, and he's in this sea of blue, and he sees Will beside him, and you guys step out into this chamber, and there's no portal behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And
if I had a nickel for every time this happened to us,
there is a carved archway, like a decorative archway where there should be a door.
Mm-hmm.
But there is none. And then, pop, 808 standing between the two of you. And in the middle of this chamber is a pillar of blue, heatless flame that rises, licking the ceiling overhead.
I'm sorry, you said a pillar of blue what flame?
Flame. Mm-hmm.
Heatless flame.
Heatless, okay.
Well, this is not normal.
You can see another stairway of one of those fringe stairways.
Mm-hmm.
But this one goes around the interior of the room and sort of disappears into the ceiling.
I'm going to follow it.
Like a staircase, like leading up into nowhere.
Sure. We're on a road to nowhere. Coming along. Yes, I'm going up the stairs.
Okay. Are you guys following?
Mm-hmm.
Is everybody following? So you get to the top of the stairs and it's like, you reach to put your hand up on the ceiling, but there's no ceiling there.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you're just going to follow those that stair up, correct?
Yes. And I'm going to indicate to Will that I think that this may be the same source as the skins thieves. I think this is the same kind of thing we ran into in that temple there.
Mm.
Was there like kind of a weird portal in that temple?
No, but we had a theory that they'd come out of that, and we didn't think that they had been living in it, so they had to have come from somewhere else. And we thought that temple represented some kind of gateway, or the gateway had opened in it, letting all those things out.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can't see anymore, right?
Nothing. Probably happier that way, really.
But now you can.
I see the blue flame again.
Oh,
is that flame or is it water this time?
North of you. Sorry, let me shift click your position.
Oh, okay. I see us now. Sorry. I was zoomed in. So now we're in a room that looks like a giant mushroom or a tree in the middle.
Yeah. So in this chamber, very similar to the first that you encountered, the ground floor, as it were, that you entered, white stone walls, ceiling, floor, all kind of fungus is growing here in soft dirt, soft little bundles or patches or blobs of dirt that are all along the walls.
Where is Gib when you need him?
And at the center of the room is this huge mushroom with the red cap mushroom. It's not spotted, but it's red. And there's a big...
Is there a caterpillar on the back?
A big fungal creature that's kind of like hunching down in front of it. Going,
can we get around it without having to interact with it?
It doesn't see you. It's just kind of doing this weird thing.
Does there look like a way out of here besides the way we just came through?
Or is that silhouette of black people us?
That silhouette of black people is you. Should be able to move it.
Okay, so yeah, the token is sitting on us, right? And that's the fungal creature to the left there, and then there's a door beyond it.
Yeah, yeah, it's just another one of those weird carved archways. There's not actually a door there, it's just the wall, and there's some dirt piled up on it.
I would like to not interact with this thing to avoid it. What do you think?
And yeah, in front of that little archway is a very large mound of dirt, and you can see lots of little fungal shapes like poking out of it, like those same kind of red cap mushrooms, like half a dozen of them.
I mean,
and on the back of this creature is a big red mushroom cap. It's got big, thick kind of stem of mushroom kind of arms and legs, and its head's like super flat, super narrow. It's like mostly neck, no head, but you can see like eyes, and a little bit of a mouth in it.
I just do eyes.
Being a ranger, I'm not thinking this is a happy thing.
So you guys are just standing there, kind of at the edge of the room, watching this. Going on.
Will use his natural lore talent to see if he knows what type of mushroom this is, or if it's like poisonous or something like that.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make a challenge against your intellect.
Okay. And my talent gives me 1 boon for it. I definitely know what I'm talking about now.
That's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom.
It's a mushroom. And it looks like it's red, I think.
Yeah, it is red, but it's not like any mushroom you've ever seen before. You know, mushrooms are usually like brown or white.
And they don't have faces.
And they don't move around.
Or go. That's what's bugging me the most. That's really got me a little wigged out.
Will can confidently say, this is not a mushroom he knows.
Takes one look at you, and then it goes.
Okay, Gerda is going to use speak. Gerda's going to use speak with fungus.
Speak with fungus. Oh wait, where's Gerda?
No, not in this game. Shoot.
Hero not appearing in this game.
That's it.
I think Will's going to turn around and run because
where are we going to run? It's a circular room with no exit. It'll be like a Scooby-Doo episode. You'll keep going by that arch over and over again.
I was thinking Vinny Hill and have Yakety Sax playing.
I take it I can't get up on top of this mushroom, can
I? You certainly could.
I'd like to try to get above it if I can get a shot on it.
You could try to climb the mushroom, sure.
That's actually a good idea.
You know, like swing yourself up onto the top, sure. Let's see here. I'm just skimming my notes.
Oh, I'm missing Ichabod with his fire ability.
Well, if worst comes to worst, I have 1 fire arrow.
Nice. I remember you making that.
I know.
Don't want to waste these things.
No, I don't.
All right. Let me. Find my thing. All right. Are you guys going fast or slow?
I think slow to get on top of this mushroom.
Would that be a slow?
That would be like 2 moves. Yeah, probably 2 moves to get up on top of the mushroom.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm not trying to abandon 8088, you know, but.
But us archers, we kind of want to get the high ground here.
I have a feeling that I might have some difficulty getting up there, so I will Protect your retreat.
Which one's Opie again? Let's see. That's me. I'm the letter with a dagger through it.
You are.
Plus, I figure I can drop on this thing and get a back shot on it if I can. I'm just 10 hit points down right now. I don't really want to take a charge.
Right. I hear you.
He hears you, but he doesn't really care.
He's the one who charged me. By the way, I'm painting market pieces because I just can't get enough of painting little tiny produce.
I sorted produce today.
Did you?
Oh, like doing like a food bank thing?
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I organized going to a volunteer food bank shift for my work.
Oh, that's cool. How's the food? Sorry.
The onions were all slimy and moldy.
You can't fry that.
No.
Ooh. One of the market pieces is a plate full of fish. Today's fish is trois a la creme. Enjoy your meal.
Just skimming some notes.
It seems that Will and Opie have this thing for towers.
I know.
It's a habit we've developed.
It's a darn shame.
All right. This looks challenging. All right, you guys are up. Let's see. I see 808 is fast. This thing is also going fast, and you guys are going slow.
Because you said it would take 2 actions to get up on top.
2 actions to climb it, yeah. Yeah, 1 action to move to it, 1 action to climb up it. And this thing is just like roaring at you, and now 808 decides to take some decisive action. What will you do, 808?
I will attack.
Okay. You're just doing what you do. You charge to attack it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he should start carrying, or actually we should he's not carrying a club, he's carrying a monster huge pipe wrench. It's like 5 feet long, the kind you use on sewer pipes. And that's what his club is.
And apparently it works pretty well because I got a 24 with 8 damage.
See, and is it over 5?
It is over. Oh, it is over 5. Yeah.
So do you have that same thing that our class? Because I think every class gets something that, right?
I think 808's a warrior, so that sounds like an extra
damage.
Extra D6 damage.
Forceful strike.
That's it.
Yep. There we go. 12 points.
Oh, boy.
Nice.
So as he's running up to me, I just kind of take a step back and then like twist at the
at the waist.
At the waist, and just kind of almost like a high baseball swing right up under his chin with my giant wrench.
Okay. and it's just his head, where his little short squat head was, it just disappears into like, it's like you just took a baseball bat to a
melon, a mushroom,
yeah.
Of course,
and as that, his chin disappears in the surface of the wrench, in this big cloud of
oh no,
gold like motes and spores.
Step back.
Out.
No, we're not breathing it in.
Luckily, I'm the one down here.
That's right. You don't breathe.
Oh, that's right. The clockwork doesn't breathe. Okay, that's fine. You're safe, but it's like all around. It's like going out 9 feet from you, from the
Okay.
and drifting around the room. Ooh, it's dangerous.
We're staying above it, and I'm pulling my bandana up over my face.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now it gets an attack. Let's see. Is it going? Let's see, which way is it going? Oh, I think probably 808 is probably the right thing for it to fight. Oh no, there it is. Okay, I'm throwing some boons here, but I only count the highest one. I hit AC 11, my defense 11. I think that's a miss.
Yeah.
But it swings around with its, it's just like one huge sweeping appendage. And it like swirls over you, and then the next one comes swinging in at you, and it too is a miss.
Nice.
Well, I can't hit very well.
You can't see anything, right? It's, its whole face got
mashed,
smushed.
It's a little dazed from that.
You with its weird fungal-like senses. All right, Opie and Will.
Well,
I am shooting after Will shoots.
Hang on a second, I gotta help the wife. Be right back with you while you figure out what you're doing.
We're beating a mushroom to death. That's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And their bandanas are nice. I hope we brought some garlic. I say, do we have some butter? Why do I like painting these little tiny pieces of furniture? I don't know. It's like dollhouse stuff.
Well, so we're thinking just put more arrows into this creature?
I'm afraid so. It's not going to like us, but it doesn't like us already, so. This is weird. This has got very much of that Court of Chaos kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys played in that DCC adventure with a module. Mm-hmm. I think, Nils, you were there when I played it, and I think Aaron ran it.
Yeah, that's where John got turned into a plant.
I'll be right back.
That sounds familiar.
I thought it was the one where your character some of the 2 lions.
Yes. Yes, that was. Did he get turned into a plant? Poor Sullens gets screwed over everywhere. Remember, his character got stretched out.
Maybe that was it. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, that was that one. That was it was that one. Yeah, because it had all those weird traps and and I had to drink the potion. I ended up pregnant. Gave birth to an avatar of law. That's my boy. I'm painting marketplace pieces now. I think I finished up just about everything for the barracks. There's a few things left, but they have to dry.
Are you done with that special commission that you couldn't talk about?
Oh, the science fiction figures, and it wasn't. Yeah, and I asked him, he goes, "Oh no, it's not a Kickstarter. It's not a big secret. They're going to be going on sale. They will actually be on the market next month." So it's some science fiction figures, basically. I guess it could be modern, but I think they're just basically a different version of Imperial Guard. And now I told you what the new job he gave me, and it's undead Greeks. Right. Someone tell you about me? So I got half of those assembled. I got the other 4 to work on now.
Who is this doing
it? War Games Atlantic is the company. It's a friend of Tom's. I don't know the guy. I just converse with him via email.
Not heard of that one.
So, do we think I should use my fire arrow, or should I hold it?
I say hold it.
Okay. My plan is once I get some more money on Will to get some more flasks of oil and start getting different types of arrows.
Very, very Hawkeye or green arrow, I should say.
Very green arrow. Very green arrow.
Just like the picture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very true. But as I'm thinking about it, I mean, if we ever need some, or we get in some sort of tight spot for some reason, we could potentially, if we say we need to cross a chasm or something, using Boobs' bag of parts, we could create a harpoon arrow.
Yeah, good idea.
All right. What do we have going on here? Actions from Opie and Will.
I will fire after Will.
Okay.
Because I'm just shooting. But he's a much better shot.
I'm just determined.
That's it. Well, I didn't take that skill, so.
All right. Will's going to go ahead. Well, first he's going to back up pretty much to as close to the edge of the wall, as far away from the cloud as he can, and then he's going to shoot.
So the mushroom's in the center of the room. You could get to the edge of the far edge, as far away from the cloud as you could, but then you'd be at the edge of the mushroom and you wouldn't be able to see the creature below.
Oh, okay.
And you're shooting into this melee. Are you taking any special care or using any special traits that I should know about? Or ruling about how difficult or I mean, you could fire just wildly into the melee and just hope for the best, or you could do something special.
Yeah, no, I will go ahead and just spend one action aiming then and trying to be as careful as I can before I shoot.
Okay. So even if you miss, you won't hit your friend.
Okay.
And it's just a straight shot for you using both those actions that way.
Cool.
Oh man, it's a good thing you spent that time aiming.
Hey, you roll a 20, you got to roll a 1, right?
That's it.
Oh, Opie, have you got anything?
I'm doing the same, taking a very careful aim with my bow.
But you're not doing the same because you're going to get more than a 1.
Oh, yeah, I'm not. I'm doing the same action with a different result. How's that? Because I am applying my boon.
Okay.
Right. Which is inherently rolled into your character sheet, I believe.
Correct. It is now.
Hey!
Ooh, look at that.
And it was by more than 5.
Absolutely by more than 5. So
let's add the second D6 damage first.
Okay.
And Opie gets a second action. So I did a whole nother point. So that's 5. I would take a second shot if it didn't mean I could hit 808, but I think it takes 2 actions to do the careful aiming, correct?
If you want to shoot into the melee without, you do need 2 actions to do the careful aiming. But if you get a 1 through a 5, then you'll hit 808 instead of your target.
On a D20?
On a D20, yeah.
Nils, you willing to take that chance?
Sure.
It's a 16, so I didn't miss.
So that's another hit.
So it's a 4.
This one doesn't get the extra D6 damage.
Correct. And it didn't get the
you did 10 points of damage.
A total, yes.
And another, and the arrow just the 2 arrows just punch through it, leaving holes, where once there was
fungus. Well, it's all the same thing.
More of those motes and those things kind of kick up into the air.
Spores?
Spores, yes.
Good thing I have my scarf around my face.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, blah, blah, blah. All right. Yeah, both of you, now that whole chamber is starting to get filled with these spores. Why don't you guys take a... I mean, this chamber's filling up with these spores. You know, it's like...
Is the bandana helping me at all?
It is. It'll give you a boon.
Okay.
It'll give you a boon to your strength challenge that you're going to make right now.
Oh, good. That's like not my best ability. Yeah.
So you just click on the plus, whatever the plus and the minus below your strength is, and then that will roll a d2, do a strength roll to check for you. You passed. OP passed.
Okay.
I'm not liking this. We need to get out of here.
Oh, and it looks like Will just barely made it. We're using the bandana trick too?
Yep.
Will? Okay.
As soon as you saw Opie do it, it was wordless communication right there.
That's it. We're like ninjas.
Okay, out of the pile of the dirt to the that's near that decorative archway that looks like a door, but it's not really a door. You see all these little baby fungal things start climbing their way out of the dirt. They're going,
oh, crap.
Well, I have to stand in front of them going.
This is where I wish I could fire more than one arrow in a turn.
Well, you have to roll more than 20. Oh, wait, only if you're a rogue.
Yeah.
Are you a fighter, Will? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I'm a fighter. Yep. Or warrior and then ranger. Yeah.
I'm making these.
This is where we need to give with his flaming hands.
No kidding. Mm-hmm. And his love of mushrooms, as Ethan had already pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you guys going fast or slow? I have 808 on fast.
I'm going slow.
So we're not seeing any kind of exit out of here. You're saying that there's a door that's not a door?
Right.
Okay.
Every room we've been in has that archway on the wall that it doesn't. It's just like decorative.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, in fairness, we haven't put our hands on the archway, but
true, you haven't searched that wall or done anything like that.
That's true, but we came out of the other archways apparently.
Right, I see what you're saying. Look up. See, I mean, you're up there. See what's up there. See if there's something above you that can get us out of here. But I will stay fast to.
All right, go ahead and take your attacks.
While he takes his attacks, I'm looking about to see if there's no stairs we saw in the first two rooms.
No stairs.
That's a design flaw. I'd like to look again.
Oh, almost.
Looks like
oh shoot. Well, I got a 6 on my roll, but that was for my damage. Not for, if I'd gotten that on my boon, I would have, or whatever.
Are you a warrior? What are you?
I started off as a warrior. Yes.
Well, warriors, don't they have like one of their inherent abilities is like +1 boon or something like
that?
Yeah, that's level 2. Yeah.
I have that. That's why I'm rolling. I'm rolling, but I'm just saying that if that 6 had been a boon roll, I would have hit instead of a damage roll. But anyway, so I missed. I overwhelmed my springs, and so I wasn't able to provide. Yeah, but just such a strong strike this time.
Okay. And it comes smashing at you, smashing and kicking at you. And it hits AC 13. What's your defense?
13.
8 plus, what's that, 6? guess it thinks that 5's a 6 for some reason. I can't mouse over it to tell.
Where'd my dice go? On my character sheet, my weapons don't have dice next to them suddenly.
Hit the refresh button on your browser. All right, that's smashes into you, Nils, into you, 808.
Oh, good. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at later on in level, I do get multiple attacks as part of my warrior path, so.
No, it's gone. What happened to them? How did that disappear?
Quit the session and come back.
Well, everything's fine, but it's just a character sheet that just, now it just shows Saber, trickery available, +3 boon.
Yeah, I don't see them either. I'm having some trouble too. I'm gonna quit the Roll20 session and come back.
Because it's not just me. All right, I'll be right back.
I got all mine.
Okay.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Are you just leaving the game and relaunching the game, or are you going completely out of Roll20?
I exited. Well, no, I just went out of the game and came back.
Weird. It's still... When you guys can see it, because I haven't exited out of the screen yet.
I guess maybe try relaunching the browser. That's my next plan.
That is strange. Why would it just change all of a sudden? I didn't do anything. All right, well, we're going to lose the session for just a minute here. And here I was all happy about how the character sheet does everything for me, and then suddenly it stops doing it. It's like something has been changed. Is it the same as has Ichabod been changed too? No, Ichabod is still the same way.
Hey.
I killed the hangout. Sorry.
So okay.
Relaunch it or what happened?
Oh, jeez. I moused over the the toolbar in the bottom, and when it brings up all the browser windows, it shows the Hangout window in miniature, but because it was small, all I saw was this U with this black tentacle coming out of the top of your head. Oh, and then when I went to the main window, I saw it was the cat behind you on the cat tree with its tail hanging down, wagging back and forth.
Look out! Look out!
Oh, there it is again.
Peter, I don't know what's going on with the character sheet. I was able to click on the text and create a die roll out of it. So maybe it's just.
What do you mean?
If you go to the character sheet and the weapons,
just
and
click Saber. Oh, okay.
Saber, it sort of highlights the whole thing.
Well, that's all mine does.
Well, usually it has like a little dice button or something next to it.
Mine never has.
Really?
Click on the pencil. And then you'll see a dice button
there
on the
it
left-hand
is.
side.
That's it. The pencil, I must have bumped it. The pencil changes
Oh,
it.
right, because you're in edit mode.
Edit mode, yeah.
Oh, I've been playing in edit mode this whole time.
Which is
Oh, so have I. That's fun.
Edit mode is better.
I like edit mode. All right. So I can finally take my shot. Now they can do something. Let's see.
So I've officially changed my main weapon to be called a plumber's wrench.
Nice.
There you go. Victory or plumbing.
Oh, that's a hit. And that's not 19. That's not by 5, unless you want to burn a fortune point to do it.
No, and it's got to be 20.
Oh, it's got to be a 20. Plus
Yeah.
20.
20 and
20
beat it by 5.
And more than 5. Okay.
Right.
Well,
So
if you converted one of those boons to a 6, it would be a 20 plus, right?
I'm going to hold on. I only have 2 fortune points left, but I'm still going to get my extra d6 damage regardless. Okay. So I'll use it. Nice. So a total of 8 more.
Oh, that's a killing blow. What happens?
Goes right through the top of it and just goes right through and comes out the bottom, right through its leg.
Oh, right.
All
so
the way
like
through.
Kind of crawling. It's like the bite's going like towards the edge of the mushroom, and you just shoot down towards it.
Exactly. And it just goes the length from top to bottom, all the way to the bottom of its foot. And it just crumples.
And yeah, just like into a pile of goo.
Yeah, goo, which is fortunately not going to release more spores, but.
All right. And these things come climbing up the mushroom towards you guys. And they use their 2 moves to get up there.
They started coming up?
Yeah, if you still have an action left, you can.
Yeah. So I'll shoot at these creatures as they're trying to come up.
Their defense is 11. That's a hit.
Cool.
How much damage do you do?
8 damage.
Right. I'm gonna have to do something clever here.
Don't you hate it when the players make you do something clever?
I know, it's the worst.
Oh, I should go back and start screen sharing again, huh?
No, it doesn't matter because I killed the
hangout recording?
Yes.
Right. See, now it's the little beastie's turn. Yeah, they're all climbing up the mushroom, and they all get up to the edge of it, and they're like sort of lining the edge of it. This little row of fungal creatures. That's
I think it's time to
you guys,
my sword.
You humans in the chamber need to make another strength check. You have a boon because of your bandanas, but this is all the flying particles, the flying.
Yeah. No, there's no picture, right? We're not seeing anything other than the chart, the fast and slow, right?
Yeah, just the fast.
Excellent.
And slow. It's just all theater of the mind. I kind of
that's working.
Enjoyed a bunch of my drawings.
I think from this point it may be best to just try and jump off the mushroom and get towards the wall.
Yeah, let's see if that archway opens or lets us out of here.
Yeah. Woo! I'm getting better at this.
I'm going to hold my breath, that's for sure.
Oh, right. And now it is a new round.
I think going fast is all I need to jump off this thing, right?
Yeah, I would say fast and just jump.
Yeah, these guys are going slow because they're going to try to charge you and bite you.
That's fine. I'm going to jump off and head towards that arch.
Okay. Well, I mean, if they're going slow, I could go slow and jump off, and then still have another action to run further.
Yep.
So that's what I will do.
Okay, Opie, are you going fast and just booking it?
Well, if I can basically book and leap off this thing towards the arch, then I'm doing that. If I do that fast in one action, that's great.
Okay.
If I have to go slow to make it, then I'll go slow.
Oh, you could do that. It is about 12 feet high, so there's a little bit of like an agility challenge to jump down safely, but
fortunately it's dirt that we're landing on.
Oh, it's all soft fungus.
Well, there's a big pile of goo down there. You could jump into that. I'd give you a boon.
Ew! Ew! Yucky! Ew!
Mushroom goo.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, guys, who's fast?
I think we all decided. Oh, sorry, I meant to go. Yeah, I'm going fast because you said I could make it going fast.
Just give me an agility challenge to jump off to make sure you don't like twist your ankle or
thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
In fact, you land all the way. You like leap enough to land right at the edge of where that door thing is.
Excellent.
And so you're right there, and you're on top of like this pile of dirt, and it's like very unsteady, I guess you might say. Unsteady footing.
So it's not like it's compacted dirt, it's like a loose pile of dirt.
Right, with like rocks or rubble, or there's something in there that's preventing you from like getting sound footing. Okay,
it's a body, isn't it?
Are you still here, Nils?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. So
you're fast, I think.
Right. So if I can, how big are these little things coming up? Are they like, can I just run over them? Or are they going to block our way trying to get out? Or
they're all up on top of the mushroom right now.
Oh, they are. Okay. Well, then I'll just run for the door.
Okay. So you make it to the door with Opie. All right. Okay. Will.
So Will is gonna, using both his actions, is basically gonna get to the edge of the mushroom and kind of, as he falls down, is gonna do a tuck and roll to absorb the impact of his fall.
Okay. Okay. So you make it easily down, because you use that extra time, and you're now up with your friends at the doorway, and these little things just leap off the edge of the mushroom and come charging at you guys, but they're like sort of right up in your grill as you're kind of backed up against the wall here.
That's fine.
I think reaching out and touching the arch is a wall.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was afraid of that. I have to kill these goddamn things.
Yeah, it's just like a decorative arch, and it's just wall in the interior of the archway.
You never know if it would be like just
another
it looked like wall or something. Portal, right? Yeah,
and you could spend some time searching it if you want to. I mean,
I'd rather stay alive and kill these things first.
Okay, are you guys going fast or slow? These things are going fast because they're up in melee with you.
I say we're all in melee. It's fast at this point.
Okay, everybody's fast. All right, heroes, go ahead.
Sorry. Well, time for some saber action.
Mm-hmm. And how?
All right. Woo!
Ooh. All right. That's pretty wow.
If it's not dead, it takes an extra d6 of damage.
Yep, extra d6 of damage. Do you want to make these things your prey?
Fungus
your prey?
I will make fungus my prey for now.
I think that counts for the day, right? And did you attack did you attack a fresh one or one that had already been wounded?
This was a fresh one.
Okay, and you did 13 to it, correct?
Yep.
All right. Who else?
And we'll get back to page 6.
You like skewer it with your saber and it goes, yeah.
I feel like we're fighting a bunch of Kodama.
Exactly what they are. I don't know what a Kodama is. But
they're little rattleheads from Princess Mononoke, which is on that's on your homework to watch.
Is on my homework. Oh my gosh. Another 20 plus. That's like extra damage from the warrior. What damage do you do?
13 total.
Is that against a wounded one or a fresh one?
Fresh one.
Is there a wounded one?
There are 3 wounded ones now.
Oh, but 13 damage didn't kill it. That is really depressing. Because 13 damage would pretty much kill me.
This one gets bowled by by the big pipe wrench. It goes, "Pow!"
You knock it into the wall. Smack.
Not quite that far, just kind of behind its friends. It gets up and goes, "Yeah." All right. I think it's Will.
How many of these things are there?
6.
Okay.
Ooh, well,
That's beat defense by 5. Take another turn.
Yeah, so first is the extra d6 damage. This is to a fresh one, obviously, because if there's numbers, we might as well start spreading this out. So I've done a total of 11 to one of them, and I'm going to hit it again.
Oh, right. You take your second attack.
Right, but it's not going to have any boons, so let's just roll a straight d20.
No boons to damage, but it is another attack. Oh, and no boon also because you
no boons or no
trickery, right?
Correct. Yeah, only get it once per round. Yeah. Right. So the second one's a miss.
All right. Let's see. There's 6 of these things. There'll be 2 against each of you. Let's see. They are. D20. All right, we'll just go down the line. Morgan, what's your defense?
Fortunately, she's not here. It's Will.
Oh, Will.
But Will's
Sorry, I read Morgan first in the character line.
Will's defense is 16.
Let's see. That's a 4 plus 8. That's 12. That's a miss. I think that'll hit, right?
And Will? Will is a defense 16.
Okay. And he does. Oh, he has a defense 16. Never mind. That's a miss.
Yep.
This one's against. Whoops, Gideon.
Yeah, Will is surprisingly tanky.
Well, he's a ranger. They're tough guys.
You know, what's funny is the ranger expert path is the one that gets the most health of any expert path.
Interesting. Well, Aragorn's a ranger, right? You're a Dunedain.
Wow.
Ouch! I can't reveal my secrets.
Oh, 808 takes. Damn it.
It's not time to take
a 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Someday I shall take my throne, but that is not the time. But now it's not.
And the second. The miss.
Uh-huh.
And then against Opie, first attack.
Aaron's got
crap.
tentacles again.
Or defense 22, and then miss. So
I prefer the miss.
Opie takes 8 points.
I am fucked, guys. I've taken 18 of my 24.
Ouch.
Can you do a rest?
Yes, I can do a half healing rate heal, which will give me 3 back.
Your healing rate is 6.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. New round, fast or slow?
Unfortunately, I don't have any healing ability.
Any of us do.
Yeah, Morgan's the one who can heal.
2 fighters and a rogue go into a tower on a full moon.
Yeah, our first clue should have been the fact that it showed up on a full moon, right?
Yeah, we'll see. What is my ability here? I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to go fast or slow. Oh, no. Equal to my whole healing rate. I'm going fast.
Oh, I think maybe why you got confused was the... when you had your health screwed up last time, remember?
Yeah, that, and I think Ichabod's is the one that's might be half healing rate on his. I don't know, but I can use an action to heal damage equal to my healing rate, and then move up to half my speed without triggering free attacks.
Oh, that's like your disengage from combat trait or something.
Yeah, it's nimble recovery. Mm-hmm. But I also have I can leave combat without getting free attacks.
Oh, just inherently.
Yeah. Let's see, where was that?
So it looks like 808 slow.
Yep.
Will and OP fast. Is that right?
Yep, I'm fast.
And I'm not going to be able to fight this turn because I'm going to go fast and just heal myself.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do that now.
Okay, go ahead and do that now.
All right.
Where do you want to move to?
I'm not going to do my move to get out. I mean, if I move out of combat, then these guys are just going to attack my friends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stay in combat.
Oh, and draw off 2 of them to you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Will?
I'm slashing with my saber.
Okay. A fresh one or a wounded one?
Wounded one. We got to get rid of these things.
Do you care which one, or?
I'll take the one that I think took, whichever one took the least amount of damage, which I think is like 8 or something like that.
Okay. Yep. The first one took 8.
Okay, and these guys are my prey.
Oh, right.
Look at that.
What does that do for you?
It gives me an extra boon.
An extra boon?
Yep.
Is that
so that one takes 12 points of damage.
Oh, it's a killing blow. What happened?
Just as Opie retreats, you see Will just dart in, step forward, slash with his saber, and he skewers it. He picks it up, and the mushroom guy is still on his saber, and he just chucks it off into the distance.
Okay, all of these things. Let's see, they need to make a morale check. They go, yeah, and they start scattering. They go like, and they just scatter. But let's see, they're breaking the melee. That means Opie and 808 could take free attacks at them.
Damn straight. They have it coming.
I will go for the one that I already wounded.
All right, go ahead.
And I will... What the hell happened there? I hit... Oh, that's... Okay, sorry. I was looking at, why am I rolling 5 6-sided dice? Oh, that's the rapier attack. There we go. Here's mine. 13, I hit with 8 damage.
Their defense is 11. You do hit, and you do 8 damage. That's a killing blow. What happened? Show us what happened.
So yeah, just again, just as it's turning to run, I catch it with my swing, send it across the chamber and splat into the wall. It just kind of slides down.
Yeah,
leaving a big streak
today, folks.
Leaving this trail of goo.
4.
All right, and this is OP seeking revenge. He gets an extra attack this round because he's so
pissed off.
And he did a total of 7. That's a killing blow.
Okay, that was the one I wounded earlier, Clay, and it's just a backhanded saber strike. Is it, are they biting? Is that how they're attacking us? They're hitting us. Yeah. So as it went and bit, I gave it a kick to get it off my leg, and as it stumbles back, I just cut it in half. Second swing, straight D20. Come on, baby. A 10, not quite enough.
All right, and they go scattering. They pretty much run back towards the big giant mushroom and like start burrowing down into some of the dirt that's still, piled up there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the end of the combat. You could go and maybe try to root them out of there if you wanted to.
I want to know what I landed on in front of that arch.
Oh, okay.
I want to know what's in that dirt.
You can see
rocks or skulls.
There's an arm like
Mhm.
kind of stretched out
like a
under
person.
the pile of this dirt.
I bet it's the farmer.
Mm.
Let's see if pull it out.
Yeah, we'll
Keep an eye on the things that are digging
around and try and get him out or get this thing out.
So you're scraping away the dirt,
Mm-hmm.
and you roll out this body, and it's very dead, very long dead, like mummified kind of dead. Elf. Fake
elf. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen an elf.
And you guys have never seen an elf, actually. You saw some drawings or depictions of him when you were in that shrine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in that weird apparition of the woman, like in the elf princess in the white robes that clawed out her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's wearing sort of like this bluish black leather armor, and there's a pouch on its person.
Let's search it.
2 vials and some strange object that I have to generate now. Give me a minute. Would you like to roll some dice for me?
Sure. We'd love to roll dice. Go for it.
Would you roll you can all roll some dice. Why don't we start with Peter? Why don't you roll a D20?
6.
Yeah, so
I'm not a number. I'm a free man.
There's a heavy golden coin in this pouch with a big eye on it.
Okay.
And an eye on one side and a big cross, a big X, like a Roman numeral X on the other side. Why don't you, Ethan, roll a D20 for me?
Okay.
And Nils, would you roll a D20 for me?
Mm-hmm.
Hookers and blow. It's all hookers and blow. It's all ball bearings now. Don't you read your manuals?
Okay. And is it you that is it? Let's see. I think Opie was searching the body, right?
Yes.
And you pick up the coin and you're flipping it over, looking at it, and you look down at your feet and you're floating like an inch off the ground, holding this coin.
Oh.
You still feel like you're on terra firma, you know, like you can.
I can walk around, but I'm a couple inches off the ground.
You're an inch off the ground.
Yeah. Inches off the ground. Isn't that interesting?
Try imitating walking upstairs.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That is a great idea, but you don't climb in the air.
Darn.
Yeah, I don't have a background in mime.
You tried to step up and you just weren't quite sure what you were doing.
I should have spent that summer doing mime. Interesting. So what else did we find besides the coin?
The 2 vials.
Oh, that's right.
You don't have any spellcasters with you, so
we can put them in our pockets and carry them out safely to look into later.
Or you could drink one, or you could try to figure it out. It would be pretty hard. Just tell me what you want to do.
Got him.
Why don't we hold on to it since we don't really have much casters here?
Yeah, I'd say the best I could do is do some sort of natural lore to see if I could figure out what liquid is in this, if I've seen the liquid before, if it's some plant extract or something.
Oh, but we know it's not. And the only other thing I can think of is akin to putting one's arm in the hole. So I'm gonna write this down as the coin of 1 inch levitation.
Coin of levitation.
No, 1 inch levitation. Because I'm only like 1 inch off the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happens if I put the coin in my pocket?
Same.
I'm still floating?
Being on your person, yeah.
Nice. Well, Opie's going to keep that. No wonder I don't leave tracks.
Right. Yeah, you're even more trackless.
Interesting. Well, somebody else may make more use of it later. I'll hold on to it for now.
The other advantage is you don't make any sound when you move now.
Good point. And Nils and Ethan's rolls didn't.
What's that helped determine the result?
Gotcha. What this is.
Their miscellaneous magic stuff in this set is done through a series of tables. So it will be like an item, and then a table, and then the result on the table.
Gotcha.
So you get lots of like infinite kind of combinations.
Mm-hmm. I love rolling on the interesting things tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have a large piece of charcoal that radiates menace. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I did when I ran my adventure. Was I had the entire party roll up interesting things as wedding gifts for someone.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
So someone got shackles, spiked collars, and it was so much fun.
My kind of wedding gifts.
Getting that to the wedding party. That was so good.
That's a good way to stay married. We got to figure out how the hell to get out of this room.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, why don't you guys give me another strength challenge as the spores finally settle down.
Okay. Come on. Whew! Oh! Barely.
Wow, yeah. Ethan, Will is like just barely kind of eking by with all of this.
Awesome. Yeah, whereas I've been handling dead bodies for a while, so.
Right, you know how to breathe through your mouth.
That's right, and I'm used to stink.
All right. What will you guys do?
Any ideas, gentlemen?
Well,
we've got the only way that we don't obviously have a place we've looked is down.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's soft earth.
Yeah, we got to keep digging underneath this big mushroom.
Well, maybe not underneath it because that's where the other mushrooms went, but it's certainly in the area. Hello, Shadow. What are you doing in here?
We could also cut we can also cut the damn thing down.
We could try digging where we came through.
Well, I do think we should dig around in the soft earth. I think that's a good idea.
Okay. Nils has his Sith Lord helmet on with his minion, his evil minion, his vicious minion.
Oh, there he is.
All right, let's see what happens. So you guys start scraping away, trying to find the floor of the
room or
wherever you are.
I think we need to accomplish something.
Like scraping and pawing at the floor. Paw, paw, paw. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Paw, paw, paw. Scrape, scrape, scrape.
Do you want to see the new icon that I created for 800835?
Sure. See, I'm checking it.
It's a boob.
That's funny. Well done. You win D&D tonight.
Yeah. Does that give me a fortune point?
Yes, that's totally worth a fortune point. Oops. Scrape, scrape, paw, paw, paw. Scrape, 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 paw, paw. Finally, you find the floor. There's the floor. And you look up, but you're not in the same room.
Interesting.
Not in the same room. Okay.
So let's see. This room. I'm just going to give you the description here, and I think we'll wrap it up for tonight because it's just about
good.
There are shadows obscuring this empty and very frigid chamber. It's in fact, it's dark, pitch black, and you can see darker areas of dark.
Mm.
And on the far wall, you can sort of see, a dark pool, dark black hole in the wall there. And you hear something in the darkness.
Of course we do, and it's not friendly.
They've come back.
No. Shit.
Darker blackness as the three of you look at each other. And it's cold. And on the floor itself, where you were just scraping, it's like ice. All right.
Good thing I'm not touching the floor.
I think that's a good place to stop and start next week.
Yep.
All right. And how about any hits or misses for you guys tonight?
I like this unique dungeon climb, I guess. Just the uniqueness of the environment. Instead of being, tunnel, you've got your things climb. You're going up a tower, but not in normal ways. So that's interesting, and so
I agree.
Banes, I can't think of one. So go ahead.
Let's see. I liked for me, the first thing that comes to mind was the character selection and the setting of the scene with you guys on this new adventure. Asking you questions about who you're traveling with and why. I thought that was kind of
very clever.
Interesting way to sort of shape the way the story was coming together without having to try to bridge something out of crossroads with the oh, you're going here because of X, Y, or Z. I thought that was fun. I think the bane for me was killing the hangout. Whoops.
It's funny because I did that once tonight at the beginning, and went back and reshared. So interesting. It all worked.
Yeah. How about you, Ethan? Anything? Banish.
Banish? That I've been doing homework this whole time.
That blows. I hope you wrote 1d20 plus 3 banes. Or minus 3 banes or something. Peter? Anything from you?
Yeah, I was with Nils. I was really enjoying. I was really torn because both my boons, you guys picked them because one was really the unique way in which we kind of started it all out and decided who was going to be there, and two was it's very odd. It reminds me a little like the DCC Court of Chaos adventure.
Right. In the tower, we're going to the different rooms off the main chamber.
Right, and each room was pretty much like its own reality.
Its own little puzzle, its own little challenge.
Yeah, sort of like the house in the beginning of Yellow Submarine when they're going for the Beatles, and each one is in a completely different weird reality behind a different door.
Right.
I've got a hole in me pocket. And I swear to God, we've got to give Aaron. How am I going to get you to do your homework? I don't know. How am I going to get you?
Mononoke?
Well, Princess Mononoke is a great one.
What is my homework? Sorry.
I do think you need to see Princess Mononoke just because it was, well, it's definitive to the way I run nature clerics for one thing. Let's see if I can find a picture I can just.
I'm writing on a post-it. I'm going to stick it on my computer so I can do it this weekend.
It's a great film. It's a great film, and my 7th and 8th graders are watching it right now, and they're really sad the rain stopped because they got an extra day of anime club because of the rain. And it's all about, there's wars going on, but it's all about characters trying to find peace and stop the war, and on top of it, get the humans to understand they have to live in balance with nature, not fight it.
What?
So, but a lot of the visuals, especially in our last campaign, the first season, a lot of the visuals, certainly for Gerda, came from Mononoke and Totoro.
Okay. Is that the only homework I have, Princess Mononoke?
Yeah, we're going to give you one at a time.
You can give me more than one.
Because the other one was Totoro had the trees growing so massive, and that's just a sweet, sweet movie. But if you want a fun action adventure, my all-time favorite Ghibli is Castle in the Sky.
Oh, Castle in the Sky. Okay.
That one just is amazing.
All right. Well, let's see which ones I can get to. I've put them on the post-it here on my monitor.
Very good.
So.
By the way, they all have very strong female characters, and most women enjoy watching them too.
Right. That's what I'm hoping for. I'll be able to have a movie night with the wife. All right, fellas. Well, that was fun. A little bit different. I don't think we'll do the same starting. I think the character choice maybe was, I don't know. I was just trying something different. I don't think we'll do that every time. But,
it's funny. The only bane I had is we forgot to bring a healer with us.
Right.
Well, when you only really have one
I think
healer.
that was like sort of part of the party selection, right? Was, oh, well, I'm going to pick this fighter. Well, I'll pick that other fighter to go with me. Why don't we pick this rogue? But I don't think you guys really think about the characters and those kind of
we don't
archetypes, right? Because they're becoming so unique in their own right.
Yeah, they're becoming individuals so that do fun things and are interesting and happen to have specific skill paths.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, even if we were trying to get a healer every time, then I'd be playing Morgan every time.
Right.
And each of us can do a little healing to ourselves, which is good.
Right.
Which one of you guys has the clay jar?
That would be Morgan.
Oh.
I thought we went and dropped that off at the...
No, we dropped the sphere. We dropped the sphere off.
The broken sphere in the box.
Right. Okay.
Remember, you found the clay jar that lets you...
Yeah, we left the young sorceress with the jar that talks to people.
Be cool.
Yep.
So obviously not something we need to resolve tonight, but apparently Google Hangouts is going away.
What?
Oh.
So we're going to need to find something else to use.
We can use Discord.
I say Discord.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll have to learn that.
I don't know. I guess that works because I thought I'd heard that Discord doesn't do video, which is fine.
Yes, it does.
I'm sorry?
Discord
does video for. Does it do video chat for group chat?
I think it can.
I think it does it. I know it does it for 1-to-1, but I don't know if it does it for groups.
Why is Google getting rid of it?
Who knows?
I don't know.
I think it can support video.
Okay. Well, something we need to start researching.
Let's see.
Yeah.
There's. Haley, Jesus Christ.
It's like Parker. It's time to play!
Yeah. So you can do up to 10. Well, yeah, you can do up to 10 people doing video chat or screen share.
Okay.
Okay, great.
So I have to learn another skill? Ugh.
They're going to sunset the service called Allo, which is what drives Hangouts in March of 19. Which is pretty soon, actually.
It's 2 months.
success with consumer video calling in Duo, which launched alongside of Allo. Available on Chromebooks, Android tablets, smart displays, and iPads. Classic Hangouts meets chat. Supports for Hangout chats and Hangout Meet. Oh, reiterating its support for Hangouts chat and Hangout Meet. Outside.org. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, if anything, we'll just go to Discord. I mean, I think that's what a lot of people are using for their VoIP stuff nowadays. Cool. All right, guys. Have a great evening. I will. We'll play again on Saturday with Nils' game, right?
Yep.
Yeah. How early are we meeting again?
8.
8.
Okay. No problem.
Okay.
I'm playing basic D&D on Sunday at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my God.
5:30? Is it like a East Coast?
What's that?
Is it because of East Coast?
Yeah,
or
Central
overseas?
Standard. They're starting at like 7:30 or something.
Man, props.
Yeah.
That's some serious, gaming dedication.
I know, but I'll be done at 8:30, and
ready for a nap.
Up. All right, fellas. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right. Good night, guys.